Deep in the heart of the sun-drenched savanna, where the ancient baobab trees reached for the sky, lived a magnificent pride of lions. And among them was Leo, a young lion with a mane as golden as the morning sun and a roar that could shake the very ground. But Leo had a secret. He was a little bit lazy. While the other lions were out on the vast plains, hunting or teaching the young cubs how to pounce, Leo's favorite activity was napping. He loved finding the shadiest spot under the biggest baobab tree, stretching out his powerful legs, and drifting off into a world of dreams. He'd yawn a big, toothy yawn and watch the clouds drift by, thinking, this is the life. The others can do the hard work. I'm just here to look majestic. The rest of the pride would often glance his way, shaking their heads with a fond but slightly exasperated smile. They all worked together to keep the pride safe and strong. But Leo was happy just being Leo, the lazy lion. One particularly warm afternoon, as Leo was settling in for his third nap of the day, a wise and strong lioness named Lila approached him. Her amber eyes were kind but held a serious glint. "Leo," she said, her voice gentle but firm. "The hunting party is leaving, and we need someone to stay behind and guard the den. The cubs are full of energy today, and we need to know they are safe." Leo blinked slowly, his sleepy brain trying to process her words. Guard the cubs? That sounded a lot like work. It meant staying awake, being alert, and maybe even having to play with the tumbling, nipping little balls of fur. "Oh, Layla," he sighed dramatically. "Can't Zazu or Kale do it?" "I was just about to have a very important dream about chasing the biggest, juiciest wildebeest you've ever seen." Layla nudged him with her head. "Zazu and Kale are leading the hunt. It's your turn to contribute, Leo. It's an important job. We are counting on you." Reluctantly, Leo stood up, stretched his long, muscular body, and let out a huff. All right, I'll do it." He padded slowly towards the rocky outcrop where the cubs were playing, already fantasizing about the nap he would take once Lila and the others were out of sight. The cubs, Zara, Koda, and Nia, were thrilled to see their big cousin Leo. They swarmed him, nipping at his tail, climbing on his back, and trying to mimic his half-hearted growls. For a little while, Leo played along. He let them practice their pounces on his twitching tail and even gave a few lazy swipes with his massive paws. But the warm sun was working its magic. His eyelids grew heavier and heavier. The cub's playful squeaks started to sound like a distant, lulling buzz. "Just a quick rest," Leo mumbled to himself. "Just for a minute, what could possibly happen?" He found a comfortable spot at the entrance of the den, where he could keep one eye on the cubs and the other on the horizon. But soon, both eyes were firmly shut. His deep, rumbling snores soon filled the air, a peaceful sound that was completely out of place for a guardian on duty. The cubs, seeing their playmate was asleep, decided to start a game of hide-and-seek among the rocks, venturing further and further from the safety of the den. Unseen, from a thicket of acacia bush nearby, a pair of cunning eyes had been watching. It was Flinch, a mischievous hyena known for his sly tricks and cackling laugh. Flinch had been waiting for an opportunity like this. He saw the hunting party leave, he saw the lazy lion take his post. And now he heard the deep snores that told him the coast was clear. A sly grin spread across his face.
He wasn't looking for a fight.
He was just looking for some trouble, maybe a leftover scrap of food or a chance to cause a little chaos. Tiptoeing with surprising stealth, Flinch crept closer and closer to the den. The playful cubs were so engrossed in their game that they didn't notice the new, shadowy figure approaching. Flinch lowered himself to the ground, his body tense, ready to spring out and give the cubs a fright they wouldn't soon forget. He was just a few feet away from little Nia, who had her back turned, trying to find her brothers. The danger was silent, and the protector was fast asleep. Suddenly, a tiny pebble, dislodged by Nia's paw, rolled down the rock and tapped Leo right on the nose. His nose twitched, his ear flickered. He snorted, and his eyes snapped open. For a moment he was confused, still half in his dream world. Then a scent hit his nostrils, a scent that didn't belong. It was the dusty, unpleasant smell of a hyena. His eyes focused and he saw it. The shadowy form of Flinch crouched and ready to pounce on his little cousin. A jolt of pure adrenaline shot through Leo's body, waking him up faster than any cold water ever could. In that split second, everything became crystal clear. He had been given one job, one important task, and he had failed. He had put the most precious members of his pride in terrible danger, all for a nap. A feeling he had never experienced before surged through him, not laziness, but a fierce, protective rage. This was his family, and no one was going to harm them on his watch. With a roar that was no longer lazy or half-hearted but filled with thunderous power, Leo launched himself forward.
He wasn't the lazy lion anymore.
He was a guardian, a protector, a king. The ground shook as he charged. Flinch the hyena, caught completely by surprise, yelped in terror. He had expected a sleeping lump, not a furious, golden-made whirlwind of teeth and claws. He didn't even think about fighting back. He turned tail and ran, his signature cackle replaced by whimpers of fear as he scrambled back into the bush, not stopping until he was far, far away. Leo skidded to a halt, standing protectively in front of the startled cubs. He nuzzled each one, checking to make sure they were okay. Zara, Koda, and Nia huddled against his strong legs, looking up at him with wide, awe-filled eyes. When the hunting party returned, Lila saw the scene. Leo, wide awake and alert, with the cubs safely tucked beside him. He didn't make excuses. He walked right up to Lila and lowered his head. "I fell asleep," he said, his voice heavy with shame. "I almost let them get hurt. I'm sorry." It will never happen again. From that day on, a new Leo emerged. The lazy lion was gone. He still enjoyed a good rest in the sun, but he never shirked his duties again. When it was his turn to guard the den, he was the most alert guardian, his eyes constantly scanning the horizon. When it was time to hunt, he ran with purpose and strength, helping to provide for the pride. He even became the cubs' favorite playmate, teaching them how to roar with real power and how to pounce with precision. He discovered that the feeling of contributing, of being a responsible and relied upon member of his family, was far more satisfying than any nap. He would look out over his home on the savannah, not with sleepy contentment, but with a deep sense of pride. He was Leo, the protector, the helper, the responsible lion. And that, he realized, was the most majestic thing he could ever be. The other lions looked at him with a new respect in their eyes. He had found his place, not just as a lion, but as a vital part of the great circle of pride life.